Welcome to Team Effort. Today's topic is 3 do's and don'ts of code reviews, or how to actually improve the code base and not just annoy your fellow developers. Hi, I'm Morten from Hyperreactive. Today we're going to go through some best practices of code reviews and in particular mention 3 things not to do and what to do instead. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. And as always, you can read more about this topic in the article linked in the description below, where you can also subscribe to our newsletter. This time around, the article contains lots of resources about giving valid feedback when making code reviews, plus tips and tricks on what to focus on when reviewing your colleagues. Just to be on the safe side, by code review, we will in this case be referring to an internal peer review by a team member during the regular development cycle and not code reviews when hiring, auditing, or similar. Before even getting to a code review, some things are important prerequisite, including a small, well-defined task with well-defined test criteria, proper feature commits with useful comments in the messages, and of course a pull request or similar feature bundle that can be reviewed. We will not cover those here, but check the description below for resources on that. Don't just repeat the task description as the review description, or even worse, don't put in a dummy text or just list commit messages as your review description. Instead, do this. As the reviewee, make sure to prepare your pull request by guiding the reviewers through your changes. This can be done in an overall description by mentioning which files are most important, which overall flow to follow, but also throughout the code by inline comments where applicable if supported by the review software. Online Git repositories like GitHub, Bitbucket, and GitLab all support this type of line comments in pull requests. This ensures that reviewers can understand the overall purpose of your code before trying to understand the details of your changes. Don't see code reviews as a punishment or as an annoying task. Also, don't perceive comments from reviewers as bad feedback or personal affront to you, the owner of the changes. Instead, do this. Have a positive culture around code reviews. Make sure that everyone understands the value of code reviews, and make sure that everyone regularly both A, performs code reviews of others, and B, asks for code reviews when relevant. Not every change requires a review, and not all reviews are complex to make, but when it's necessary, make sure that your team members actively seek feedback from their peers and values this feedback. Don't ignore comments that you either don't agree with or isn't part of the task you're currently trying to solve. Instead, do this. Have a process for dealing with all comments and feedback that arises during a code review. Some comments might reveal very important bugs in the existing code that hasn't even been changed in the current review. If minor, they can probably be included in the current task, but otherwise make sure to create new tickets in your backlog to cover these comments. This is also relevant for comments that are outside the scope of the current task. Maybe questioning the user experience or business logic behind a certain new feature. Capture everything into your backlog. And finally, if you disagree on a given piece of feedback, don't just silently or loudly ignore it. Make sure to address the comments and make sure to reach at least some form of understanding with the reviewer about why this comment isn't relevant. Code reviews are an extremely valuable tool for any well-functioning development team. There's a lot more about code reviews to be aware of, but if you follow these 3 general rules of good behavior, then you're off to a very good start. In the accompanying article linked below, you can read a lot more about code reviews, including links to research and surveys into code review best practices. This brings me to the question of the day. What's the best feedback you have received in a code review? Please give your answer in a comment below and feel free to tag it like this. Finally, remember to like and subscribe for more content like this. We'll be posting new content every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure to stay updated. When you follow the link below to the in-depth article, you can also sign up for our newsletter on all things relevant for modern web development teams. Keep coding, and thanks for watching.